It was Super Bowl 60, but this time I made the Detroit Lions versus the Buffalo Bills. I did play as the Bills, just to spoil that. But anyway, let's get to the introduction real quick. The Detroit Lions on one side were actually able to overcome their American Football Conference foes and make it to the Super Bowl. And the Buffalo Bills were able to overcome so much heartbreak and make it to Super Bowl as well. It was going to be an interesting one with coaches on both sides looking for their first Super Bowl win. It was going to be an interesting one. In Santa Clara, California, where this stadium, Levi's Stadium, was home to the 49ers. And the Bills would kick off to the Lions first. The Lions would get the ball first. And of course, the Lions would be able to make a run. I won't show all the kickoffs, but it was interesting to see the Lions try to avoid the Bills, and bam. And of course, we have on the quarterback side of Detroit Lions, Jared Goff, a guy who had a lot of experience. Started off with the Rams, but then got traded. And as the Lions got on the field, no one knew what the Lions were going to start off first. Pass, run, they were pretty strong. They start off with a play action, and they do a pass to the left. This was a spark they needed, or so they thought. As Jared went down the field, though, he was able to maneuver and make an epic run for his life and make a quick first down because, unfortunately, the secondary for the Bills were not able to catch up in time. And that guy made contact with Jared Goff. That would have been a penalty. And as they continued on 3rd and 8, they tried to go for a pass, but before he could do that, a huge sack by the Bills stopped that. It was a blow to the Lions, so they had to punt. And it was going to be a deep one. As they kicked it up, they decided not to catch it because it was so deep in the 10. So they let it go into the end zone for a touchback. Josh Allen, on the Bills side, was a quarterback who has a lot of promise, but has not overcome the hump of going to the Super Bowl. But the first pass he made people worry if he was able to overcome it because the first pass he threw was a pick to the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions would take advantage of this and celebrate a little bit thanks to that. And oh boy, they were showing off and everything. It was not Buffalo Bills Day. That pass would be remembered. It was a quick pass, tipped by the wide receiver after he caught it but got hit. And it got caught before it could go on the ground. Then on a play by Jared Goff, it was a blow because the Bills were mad. And then the Bills tried to keep him off their game, but the running back threw a deke, but they couldn't get through and had to punt again. Once again, inside the 10, so they had to do another touchback. So Josh Allen had to get back out there and try again. And this is where problems begin to start. The wide receivers were not catching the ball for him. It was pretty hard. But Josh Allen was able to overcome some of it and made a quick pass to get the first down in the first quarter. Each quarter was 5 minutes, by the way, so it wasn't a long game. And Josh Allen was able to make some quick passes before the end of the first quarter, which was 0-0. No one scored in the first quarter. So it was a very tight defensive game. But Josh Allen didn't give up. He kept going, throwing a quick pass to his halfback on a screen and got into the 15. Basically inside the 20. So it was already field goal territory for the Bills. Epic first down. And after a while, they were first and goal. And on a play that could have been good, they got it. Touchdown, Buffalo Bills. And the celebration begins as the Buffalo Bills struck early on an epic play by Ty Johnson, the halfback for the Buffalo Bills, thanks to Josh Allen's passing. And they had a celebration in the end zone. And they made the extra point. And then, of course, it was now time for the Detroit Lions to make a response to that. So we did the kickoff again, and the Lions were ready. They got running down the field. They were hoping to make some movement and got tackled at the 26. So they kept going, play action, and then Jared Goff tried to run but got taken down before he could get back to the line of scrimmage, resulting in a 1-yard loss. And as a 2-minute warning commenced, the Lions knew they needed to hurry. They tried to take advantage, and an epic play for a 9 to 10-yard gain resulted in a very close situation. And a huge sack resulted in Jared Goff getting wrecked. So they had to punt again. And this time, the Bills were able to run this one. It was caught on the 28. But they only went as far as the 45. As they got ready to go, Josh Allen was ready to go with a quick pass, and the running back was able to make a little run and got down to the other team's 40. And as Josh Allen was ready to go, he went for a deep pass to the right and made an epic catch on the 12. Josh Allen made another quick pass, and this time his guy was able to deke and was able to get a few more yards. Bills called timeout, and they tried to go. Then the Lions made a huge mistake by going offsides, so it resulted in an automatic first down for the Buffalo Bills. And on 3rd and inches, Josh Allen did this. Epic touchdown. It was an epic touchdown. The Bills, Coleman, the wide receiver, made the catch. It was a very, very cool way of getting in their face a little bit. Josh Allen was finally able to hit his targets, and his wide receivers were able to catch a little bit. And they would make the extra point as well. So it was not that far away of an epic conclusion to that. They made all extra points, by the way, just to spoil it. Now the Lions once again had to respond. Then they respond by taking a knee before they went to halftime. Halftime was interesting, though. I mean, it was 14-0, so it was still anyone's game at the time. And Sean McDermott was still with the Bills. He was fired in real life, by the way. And then we saw the stats, and we go back to the game. And also, by the way, the Bills would end up getting the ball first this time in the second half, after they let the Lions have it in the first half. So the Bills decided to go for a run, and they got down past the 30 before getting taken down after they got past the 35. And after the first play that was there, they threw a deep pass, and the problems happened again. Deep pass wide receiver doesn't work because the Lions secondary was right there. But when it was mid-range, the Bills were able to take advantage of it. On a 3rd and 3 play, this happened. Josh Allen threw a pass and made an epic catch for a diving touchdown. An epic touchdown once again, this time by James Cooks III, the halfback that is mainly the guy in the backfield for the Bills. Not too shabby. 2 touchdowns by different halfbacks. Oh, and yes, they made the extra point. Now the Lions had to get back out on the field to respond to that. They were getting rocked by 3 touchdowns. 1 touchdown couldn't hurt. Guy made a run, but ran to a wall. On a 2nd and 11 play, though, they made a few more yards and a first down and a hard tackle by the Bills defense. Up the middle, made another first down, this time on the 50. Not too bad. So they kept going and climbing and throwing the ball down the field just to say, hey, we got some spark. So they kept going and making first down catches, making the Bills defense work. But it wasn't too easy for them. The Bills, on a 3rd and 8 play, were able to stop them. So Jared Goff was able to throw a pass, but it was dropped. So it was turnover on downs. The Bills had a chance to overcome. But on this 3rd and 10 play, they threw a pass. Guy dropped it. They tried for a 66-yard field goal. He was short. Unfortunately, it was so close. 66 yards in a field goal was intense, but unfortunately, not enough power, and as a result, fell a little short. The Lions tried to take advantage again. On a 3rd and 8 play, this happened. Boom! Sack! The Lions got wrecked. But on a 4th and 16 play, they were ready again, this time for a deep pass. Jared Goff threw a pass to the right, and they dropped it. They failed the 4th down conversion. So the Bills once again tried to take advantage. Deep pass, knocked down, but a first down this time. They were able to catch the ball. Then Josh Allen sends a run to his running back, and he ran right past the defense. James Cook III once again had his 2nd touchdown of the game. They responded after the extra point, though, by the Lions thinking they can just run through. Oh, never mind. They got hit by a defense. On a 3rd and 5 play, though, this happened. Boom. A big catch by the Lions. And it was now over, though. The Lions could not stop the clock and lost 28-0. And the Buffalo Bills overcame all odds and won their first Super Bowl championship. Yay! And the Gatorade celebration began. Sean McDermott is happy in this one. And the Buffalo Bills fans are happy. The Lions will have to wait another day to get their Super Bowl. And Josh Allen, congrats to him. Thank you for watching. God bless you, Roth. Don't forget it.